All right, so I'm not trying to disturb you, miss. I ain't trying to, but can we be up here for the press conference? Oh, we still have to be there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to waste your time. Sorry about that.
Well, compared to most Flint City Council meetings, Monday's assignment wasn't so bad.
Let me get that together.
So I was gone before the meeting started.
The first 2 hours were,
Yes, but we're still in the back.
So we good? Okay.
Get as close as possible. Because they just got to wait.
Okay.
Because, during council.
Oh, yeah.
She said, get as close as possible.
Okay, yep.
Davina wanted to.
No. I'm gonna be here. And
testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3.
Like the voice of God.
Oh, sorry. Put your mic up. Thank you.
you know I didn't bring it. Let's do this stuff.
Probably not.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Don't need a white balance or anything?
No, I don't need one. Thank you, though. Omar Thorpe, Mary Davis, Mr. Thomas, Sheila Scott Brown, Breonna Benz, Bustin Simmons, Cassandra Scott, Yo-Yo, Trevor B, Alona Calloway Lane, Yo-Yo, A. Spragg, Mama Quill, I ain't going. Man, this dude is dead. Nakia Harris, Kamala Buford,
See,
Philly for
nobody
life.
reported that the doors were locked last time.
I wasn't here.
On the front of the building. It kept citizens from entering a public meeting. It's against OMA regulations.
I went up on the going. How about yourself?
It violates,
I just wonder why nobody reported that.
in my case, I only had so much time.
How you doing, Miss Bryan?
I'm tired. I left every pair of glasses at home. How do I do that?
Oh, wow.
I'm like,
If I had an hour, I
Huh?
only had 45 seconds.
Like Paul Harvey, you up on everything. Did they write you up for not getting from the beginning?
I would think that would be a big concern, keeping
Good day.
citizens from
I'm
attending
not,
a public meeting.
I'm not arguing with you, I'm just saying, I only had so much time. And there's a lot of things to cover. And I agree, I'm sure it's a violation of open meeting. I'm sure it's a violation.
I had to have a news reporter let me in the front door.
Oh, I had to wait until somebody was exiting the building. That's how I got.
Don't think that's going unnoticed,
No, it shouldn't.
because it's not.
It should.
reported it.
There was no meeting, though.
I know, but I was here.
Yeah, there was no meeting, wasn't properly posted.
No, it
The
wasn't.
clerk wasn't here, the staff wasn't here. The meeting was, quorum was broken. They
Yeah.
didn't say before, they didn't hit the gavel and say, meeting is adjourned. They did that as a ploy.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't reported correct. I mean, it was a ploy. And we didn't get any emails. There was no notice. You have to give notice. You can't
Wow.
reconvene a meeting that was, a quorum was broken, and they left. The four
Wow.
of them left.
Yeah,
So
that's terrible.
that was a ploy. And they do tricks with the press.
See, they put up more barriers and moved the people back further,
Oh, I didn't even notice.
because the podium used to be right over where it was plugged in.
Yeah, they moved it back
Yep.
quite a bit.
Okay,
I hadn't even noticed. I ain't got no glasses on. So y'all will be on the line.
Yo, what you mean on the line, council lady? Don't you run up there, Tarzan here, thank God. Well, pick up where you left off that other night, about Tarzan. It's all yours.
Don't worry, I've already alerted 3 other news companies around the state of Michigan how the front doors were locked last night.
And I was wondering why they locked.
They should have been locked. It wasn't a meeting scheduled.
There wasn't nothing posted, but they were holding a meeting. Channel 12 is here doing a broadcast.
Tanya, I'll first kick it off and I'll get on.
Now look, Tanya, come back, because they gonna say you running.
You can't just send somebody an email requesting that they come to a meeting. They actually have to physically serve
We
you,
didn't get an email.
or they have to ask you if you want to be
Yeah.
served.
We didn't get an email. The clerk didn't have staff here because there wasn't a meeting scheduled.
Go to work, Tarzan.
There wasn't supposed to. They had an illegal meeting, that's what that was. They weren't supposed to be here. So the doors were locked because there was no meeting. City Hall closes at 5 o'clock unless there's a properly posted meeting. And that's where they have to quit. The tricks have got to stop. Flint's got too many issues that we're doing this. I'm having one, too.
I can tell you what
I
time
got no
it
glasses.
is. It's at 3:25.
Oh, okay.
I said 5 minutes ago. The phone and some change.
Okay. One thing is for certain, you don't never know what this temperature will be in here.
Man, man.
You don't.
Oh, no, it'll always be uncomfortable.
That is consistent. It is always.
Oh my God, big black guy, still alive. Thank God.
No, man, I ain't man. Why you gonna put the picture up?
Black James
You
Bond.
could at least put the picture up before they lift up my shirt.
Take that, one take.
Show them stomach. Messed up, man. See, I don't even get down like this.
He's gonna take your place.
I'm like, man, you need some drugs and everything. Cause I even have
Them
to
10 guys, the one that, and they'll fully weaponized.
In some ways, there were more pictures.
I know.
There were less.
I said, dang, man, Steve, I'm trying to embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? Could at least wait until my shirt came down. Oh, I know they did, man.
It was a
You just noticed it too, didn't you?
No, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They didn't put up the damn rope.
And moved us back.
Moved it up about 10 feet, about 6 feet.
Hey,
That is the correct.
but you know what though?
Must be part of the safety
They're
plan.
supposed to do that. Oh, do they? Do they have to go?
I don't know. The city attorney felt threatened, I mean, they caught it last week. But their people approached them.
They need time.
No, Flint Hood News Network ain't ready yet. Hold on.
I don't think that's
Wait a minute.
credited. I'm gonna say that's not credited.
And we're still still one TV station short.
Yeah, I thought I saw five car out there.
Yeah.
It was right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought when I
Yeah, I think they just pulled it up.
right over there.
Councilwoman,
They still out there?
did you guys ever have a vote on this safety plan?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we didn't have a vote, a discussion, a resolution, nothing. It does, it's what, and she keeps using that to tell police to enforce it on the residents. It doesn't exist, and she should be charged with that.
I plan on bringing it up, but I just wonder, I didn't think, I mean, like I said, other than coming in
Just so
from
you
the
know,
first
we're gonna
time
try to
last
be
week.
efficient here. The clerk is requesting the room back at 4 o'clock to be ready for our special meeting, so.
But they sent us.
We'll try to be as efficient as possible.
I think we pretty much got it down to a T now.
Hey, you haven't been on Facebook, have
I have what?
you? You haven't been on Facebook.
No, I haven't been busy.
No, because if she'd have been on your live, she'd have been dying laughing.
I have,
Hey, my fault, so I'm gonna tell you in advance. I talked about you, all right?
okay,
And
Nothing bad.
Don't get mad, man.
okay.
I was on there for 2 hours. and I
Till
was-
today?
Yeah,
Yep.
and I was like, man, I didn't mean to be like Tanya Burner, you know, Jerry Lewis.
I put up documents on my podcast because I want people to know where I'm getting it
Right, you
from.
got segments.
But I don't have that kind of time every week, so I do it in one shot.
It's my fault.
You was on there for 2 hours?
Jennifer.
It was funny.
That's
2 hours?
Surprise right there, y'all. That's the best.
My neighbor was looking at me, I was laughing so hard.
Skip Tennessee County. That's the best supervisor in the state of Michigan. You know what, skip that to scratch that. That's the best
From
supervisor in the United States. of
Spring to
America.
the damn dead of summer, I swear to God.
I know it's supposed to be 90 degrees starting this weekend
Really?
Unbelievable.
for like a week.
Look at the weather.
Unbelievable.
Governor Whitman. Yeah.
August, late July.
Facts. Right, 'cause I got
And it was like, and it was like cold last week.
Yeah.
It was. I need to get somewhere and get a tan. I was like, who's that lady coming on my legs? I'm like, oh, so fine.
Oh,
I'm like, man.
Oh, really?
We'll get started as soon as you guys are ready.
Okay, thank you.
Terry. Oh.
They go, they bad when they throwing you out.
Say I
But when you wanna talk to them, they don't walk up to them and they don't complain. But it has to be someone who wants to.
My fault, Justin. This is like a happy time, as you got there. Councilman Burns and Councilman press conference. Flint Residents Network bringing it to you, breaking news,
So make
breaking
it,
news.
who's all gonna be on the line for?
brother,
Whenever y'all get started, my camera's already just rolling.
Okay.
I'm about to-
Yeah, as soon as 5 says you're good, we're gonna roll.
Yeah, all right.
They're always late to the party. All right, we're ready. Okay. Everybody ready? We good? Okay. So I am Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer, representing the 8th Ward. Next to me is Councilwoman Tanya Burns, representing the 6th Ward. Today, we have 2 topics. We're going to try to move through these topics fairly quickly. We are discussing the recent events with involving the Flint Police Department, and we're also going to discuss the budget, which is past its mandated approval date. So those are the 2 things. We'll run through the Flint Police Department actions, we'll take a few questions, and then we'll move on to the budget, and then take questions from there. So we'll do 2 separate things. So first and foremost, I want to say that the actions from the Flint Police Department in the last 2 days, I'm fully condemning the actions that have taken place on Sunday in the elderly residents being arrested, thrown to the ground, unlawfully detained. their cars being towed. Those actions need to be fully investigated by the state police or any other independent party to find out the root cause and any actions that need to be implemented to further stop that from happening again. And today, I am calling on Flint Police Chief Terrence Green to suspend or put on administrative leave Officer Michael Tisdale. He was involved in the, I'm going to say, the unlawful and excessive force extraction of the elderly persons on Sunday. And I'm also going to call for the suspension or administrative leave of Aaron Stillwell from the actions that took place here on Monday night here in these city council chambers. From every hour of video that I have reviewed, from every angle that is available and has been submitted to me, Chief Terrence Green said that punches were thrown and those will be prosecuted. From every hour of video that I have reviewed, the only person was Officer Aaron Stillwell that threw punches. And he was indiscriminately throwing punches at multiple residents. And for that, and he has only graduated from the academy less than 18 months. And his actions are on Monday are, to me, he is unqualified to be a Flint police officer. He should not be on the streets putting residents in danger. He was also involved in a illegal stop, in my opinion, and unlawful detainment of another elderly resident on Sunday. Not thrown to the ground, but extracted from their car, arrested, I'm going to say unlawfully detained, put in handcuffs in the back of the squad car. There was also a federal lawsuit filed yesterday for the actions that happened on Sunday regarding those incidents. So I'm calling on Chief Terrence Green to put those two officers at a minimum on his administrative leave until a proper investigation by the state police or any other one, but it cannot be internal. We have corruption from the top to the bottom within the police department, and it has to be held by an outside party. So with that, those are my statements with the police department. I will turn it over to Councilwoman Tanya Burns to get her statements, and then we'll take questions.
Thank you for being here, but I do want to make it very clear so that our voices are on record. What happened Sunday was egregious. The police were weaponized against the residents yet again. This should not be happening. Almost every single council meeting, the police are brutally removing people. A lady's shoulder has been dislocated, and this shouldn't be happening. We have issues in our city, and I think that our police needs to be better trained to understand. People on Sunday, I wanted to be clear, a senior was removed from his car while the car was in drive. He was thrown to the ground. The vehicle hit other vehicles, 2 other vehicles. That shouldn't happen. We had a 70-plus senior who was handcuffed and placed in a vehicle and then told by a police officer, "You need to thank me. Tell me thank you for putting your keys in your car." This is not what our police are supposed to do. They have a responsibility to serve the public and to keep the peace. Sunday, they caused the havoc. The only people that were impeding traffic were the police. They were blocking traffic. They were stopping people. When the individual, Mr. Roth, asked, "I need to get my things out of my vehicle. I need my briefcase and my other things," the officer is on video saying, "Those are my things now. Those are mine." No, that's not what we should be doing when you're keeping the peace. You should be bringing hostility. Residents in the city of Flint face serious issues. Federal water crisis. People were poisoned. We had emergency management. We've had a global pandemic. He had $94.7 million that the residents have not seen, to the fact that they felt that it would be able to provide relief to this community. That has not happened. They were targeted on Sunday as they were pulled over. They didn't get every vehicle. Some were actually pulled over in the parking lane. That shouldn't be happening. Police brutality should not be happening. We understand that the mayor has an issue with the activist Jedediah Brown, but Flint has always had people come here to help. For example, Cher. We had Beyonce send money. We had Minnie Snoop. We had many other celebrities who have come and activists to help. And as a matter of fact, the activists that they were really targeting had been here during our water crisis, delivering water. So this was not his first time. Flint has had many crises and many issues. The sad part is that this continues to happen. It was a sad day for Flint. Flint received not one black eye, but 2 black eyes. And the video footage shows it. They were targeted. They were extracted from their vehicles. They were thrown to the ground, and the vehicles were towed for a traffic infraction. A traffic infraction. Clearly in those comments, the officers are stating, I'm towing your car. This shouldn't be happening. I don't want people to feel that Flint, when you come to Flint, that this is normal. That's not normal behavior. And this is why we're speaking out and speaking out on the record. It's time that our Flint police are stopped being used and weaponized against the residents and even visitors. Every single council meeting, the police are weaponized against the residents. And it's sad. We've had over 70+ people removed from city council chambers by the council president and the council vice president for simple things such as clapping, a warning. One lady didn't even talk, she was just moving her hand. People were removed for their First Amendment right to protest by holding a sign, telling them they had to be stationary. Put that sign down, we can't have a sign. Violations that are consistently happening in the city of Flint, which shouldn't. So I'm gonna leave this over, we are gonna stay time sensitive. If you have questions on the police or you wanna do
Please, we'll do the
Please.
question, please.
You detailed concerns about specific officers.
Yep.
But you suggested that this is a bigger problem within the department. What are your concerns about supervisors all the way up to Chief Green?
Well, I have concerns that the chief is ruling by, he is giving orders that are unlawful. It's clear that some of the officers are following orders and not following the oath or specific laws. Moreover, during one of the police stops on Sunday, if not both of them, the people in the cars were told, get out, I'm towing your car. Not a standard, and they clearly said, I'm ordered by my police chief to tow your car. Not, I'm pulling you over, I need your license, registration, proof of insurance, I'm pulling you over for this, and so on and so forth. So, and it's clear in the actions that residents are being removed for expressing their First Amendment rights here in this room, that they are removed unlawfully. And unfortunately, it's going to come down to a lawsuit being filed. And they know that they're extracting and they're removing poor people that aren't going to file lawsuits. So in their eyes, they're probably thinking that they're being, they're untouchable. But that's what happens. So it is a top-down in between, because there are officers violating or following unlawful, in my opinion, orders.
So I guess, when it comes to council meetings and like what happened on Monday, I guess, what would you like to see, or how do you think it would be more effective for order or peace to be maintained in council chambers?
So order and peace, I think that what has happened in this chambers over the past 2 years under current council leadership has boiled over to this point. Residents have been thrown out, have been arrested, have been told to shut up, and they have really discouraged people from coming and speaking and airing their grievances as they should to an elected body. So order and peace will come back with new leadership. new leadership that puts the chambers back in the people's hands and allows them to speak, and allowing them to speak and us hearing them will give them better governance.
And then also in addition, Councilman Pfeiffer, you mentioned an officer was throwing punches at
Yes.
residents.
Yes.
We received a tip accusing your brother of assaulting one of the
So-
officers. Is there any truth to that, or?
So I won't speak to that because from what I understand, no charges have been filed in the, I'll leave it at that. But the officer, Michael Tisdale, Michael, normal spelling, Tisdale, Tilsdale, was indiscriminately throwing punches. So much so that he punched a resident square in the face. He was not trying to apprehend anybody trying to provide order. He was literally in his scrum trying to throw punches, and the incident was caused by him charging and hitting another resident. That's what caused everything. 20-some plus officers were called to this chamber to remove one woman for disorderly conduct. One woman, 20 officers showed up. One with a long gun. Who brings a long gun into a council chambers to remove one woman? I'll leave it at that, but I'll leave that question at that. But
I do want to speak to this because this room, there was chaos. And I want to speak to with what the residents, you will constantly hear the public safety plan. We have never had a resolution to vote on the public safety plan. There's a document that was presented and worked on with interim council president Liddell Lewis with Chief Green. It is not enforceable. She is consistently telling the police to enforce something that is not the law, and they are enforcing something that is not lawful. They're not asking, they're not saying, show me where this is written, because they constantly tell people to be removed. And it started with someone over there videotaping near the city attorney. And Judy Priestley, council on the 4th Ward, stated, you can't be over there videotaping. There is no rule, there is no law that you can't videotape. They keep stating that you can't talk to the city clerk or the city attorney. That's just not true. We have never had a resolution that you can't talk to public officials that are paid for by public dollars with their salaries. And so when we continuously, not we, when they continuously violate not only the Open Meetings Act, the First Amendment, and they violate the city charter themselves, because they don't have decorum with how they talk to residents. It's disrespectful. It states in the city charter, section 3-104, that we must be respectful to constituents, and we must be respectful to each other. Those 4 council members they're not respectful. We have been called names that they would make your grandmother blush. It's been ridiculous.
Hey, just a matter of correction real quick. It was Stillwell that was throwing the punches here at the city council that night. I think you just said Tisdale.
okay. Yeah, no, Stillwell was the incident here on Monday.
Correct.
Tisdale was in the street on Sunday.
Just a quick clarification. Have you filed a formal request through channels to have the MSP do an investigation, or are you just asking them?
There has been a formal complaint made to the Michigan State Police on Officer Stillwell. I think, to my knowledge, the federal lawsuit involved Officer Tisdale. So I think those 2 channels are what has been done so far. Any other questions on the Flint Police before we move on to the budget?
Sorry, I missed the first few minutes. Would you both just identify yourself quickly for me?
Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer, this is Councilwoman Tanya Burns.
Thanks so much.
Can I just state, I was there Sunday for the protest. I was actually involved in the march, and I was at the very back of the line. No less got more than 5 blocks, and police were literally paratrooping in from adjoining side streets. I drove through the downtown area prior to the event taking place, about 45 minutes before the event took place. There were no police at all in any of the downtown streets area. So I highly have to assume the way that they followed us from this building down the street, they start out with 2 cops that were sitting on the street, and then as more and more started paratrooping in and following in their line, no sooner did we get 5 blocks down right in front of Water Street, and exactly what they're stating is true. They were pulled over to the side of the street, which was not in the driving lane. The cars were still driving down Saginaw Street. There was no impaired driving. Everybody was driving fine. Cars were still getting down the road. The police came in, they barricaded all of those people that were in that line, and they kept them from proceeding down the road.
Thank you.
They stopped.
We're going to continue on. Yeah, we're going to continue on. So in regards to the budget, I think the mayor is playing a very dangerous game. And what he is doing is he is blatantly lying to the residents, saying that this is a balanced budget. This is not a balanced budget. We are spending $4+ million than we receive. And it is, I'll just say this, in fiscal year 22, we had a $17 million surplus. This year proposed, we have a 29. So you're thinking, okay, we went up in our budget. Well, that's not the case, because we transferred $40 million of ARPA funds. So if we didn't transfer $40 million of ARPA funds to the general fund, we would already be bankrupt. And every year, we have a $4 to $5 million deficit. And this year is the only year that there isn't a 5-member rubber stamp to approve this reckless spending. And it's a straight lie that it is a balanced budget. And we are not unwilling to approve a budget. We are just trying to get our fiscal house in order. We have proposed amendments to the general budget. They have all been voted down by the council members who rubber stamp everything. And one of the things that is clear is the overspending in the mayor's department. The mayor's department in fiscal year 19 to 20 had a budget of $344,000. This year, the mayor wants $1.6 million in that department. And that is just the mayor's office. Don't let us skew it though, he includes blight and everything. That is just the mayor's office. So just a few years ago, he has fourfolded his budget, and he will not tell us. We've asked for what the additional headcounts are going to be for. We have never got that information, and they refused to. So in the matter of a few years, he has quadrupled his budget with zero accountability. Well, we are, one of the things that was not mentioned in the press conference yesterday is our control of the purse strings of the city of Flint and our checks and balances of the administration. And like I said, this is the first year that they haven't had it. So we are going to bring accountability. And they're using the residents and the employees as pawns, trying to say, if you don't pass it the way it is, or with the amendments that we say, we are going to send out layoff notices. They are playing that game instead of actually looking at the amendments and saying, okay, let's all agree on a budget that is capable and fiscally responsible. And then the mayor or whoever can come before us with budget amendments on each individual item and say, I want to spend money on this. Let's approve an additional budget amendment. That is what we are proposing, but we have to get down to reduce the $4 million deficit that we are continually spending. And I think we would be already in bankruptcy if we didn't send the ARPA dollars to the general fund. And those ARPA dollars were not meant for the general fund. They were meant to help boost up our impoverished community. That is the definition of those ARPA funds. And instead, they are spending them on pet projects and anything else that has zero, and I mean zero, benefit to the residents of the city of Flint. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Tanya Burns.
Thank you. So, thank you, Councilor Fine. So I want to be very clear. This is a deficit budget. We're required to maintain and keep a balanced budget by the Flint City Charter, Article 7, underneath the finance. The mayor's administration is supposed to bring city council a balanced budget. That didn't happen. It did not happen. When you bring a deficit budget and say, hey, it's going to pass later down the road, it'll balance later, it does not state the city charter, page 61. It does not speak to maybe October, November, hopefully no December. It has to be the date that we vote to adopt the budget. It's not balanced. Flint has had 4 emergency managers. Darnell Early, Ed Kurtz, Mike Brown, Jerry Ambrose. We do not want another emergency manager. That is very clear. What happened to our last emergency manager? What happened to the city of Flint? Governor Snyder stated that the city of Flint, city council, and the mayor lacked the will to govern, and they took over our city. They sold off all of our assets, our garbage trucks, reduced pay, reduced benefits for our employees. And they eventually decided to not treat the water, which led to the poisoning of the city of Flint, where there was TTHM, PFAS in the water. The water wasn't treated. So when residents get outraged, it's because the residents get no justice in the city of Flint, and that is the outrage. So we have been asking the questions with the budget, certain things, the 2 golf courses, Kersley Lake, Swartz Creek. We wanted to see the financials. This mayor has continuously used the $75,000 threshold. We are paying $72,000 to a vendor for city properties that we had vendors who were going to pay. Instead, we're paying them. We're supposed to split the profits. We haven't seen any of the profits. They have a bar, they have a restaurant, they have cannabis events. We haven't seen any of the funds from this. In addition to that, we have asked, the mayor took off and he evicted the current, he was in good standing, the Hasselring Center from what is now known as the Mays Center. We're now funding 2 positions. We don't know from, they did state ARPA funds, which is not for salaries. They are funding those. We're paying and we don't know how much are the expenses for running that. The state said that, the county stated in this letter that they will not fund, that the city submitted an application. It was the worst application they've ever seen. And that they will not be getting the money. So somewhere in our budget, we don't know, they're paying for a senior center, the consumers, the water, the snow removal, the parking lot lights, and 2 salaries, the food, the programming. City council did not vote on this. We did not vote. We have not had to take care of our senior centers since 2002 when emergency management came in. That's 23 years ago. Now, under this budget, and we don't know where it's at because they won't show us. We're having to do McKinley Center and then in addition, the Mays Center. So there's many discrepancies in this budget that we've got questions about. The opioid plan. Where is the opioid plan? We have an open opioid problem in our city. Where's the plan? We have a fund with it and they're spending that money and we want to know where all those dollars are going. You can spend up to 30%, but it's not lining up. When we ask our chief financial officer, he consistently tells us, I don't know. And I believe he honestly doesn't know or he's been told he can't answer. So these are serious issues of concern. Our pension fund for our retirees, we were told they were going to get $220 million. They didn't. They got 170. They just got another 10 million. We're 40 million short from what the mayor stated we would be getting. Where is that money? So now we're at a 4-4 where the budget cannot just be rubber stamped and we're asking the tough questions. We don't want to lay off anyone, but we also don't want emergency management. And we've had 4 emergency managers. So these are things which are concerning deeply to us, and I don't think this administration is getting it. We're going to go over tonight, and my question is to the administration. Where do you think the cuts will be less? They did give us a document stated they want to take $500,000 from police, $400,000 from fire, and $33,000 from city council. But those cuts are gonna have to be much deeper. So hopefully tonight, we'll be able to get into where they won't hurt as much, but we're required by the city charter in the state of Michigan to pass a balanced budget if it is passed today, not November, October, or any other month. So that is the requirement. Anything less than that, we would be breaking the law.
I just want to say two more points in regards to the budget. So this council body has asked this administration for 6+ months for the check register. We just got that 2 weeks ago, and some of the things on there are appalling. They have yet to provide details, specific details on checks being made, but from my investigating and my knowledge, some of those are for his New Year's Eve private party that he throws on the Hilton rooftop on New Year's Eve. He's paying for consultants, production companies, photographers, professional service contracts that nobody can explain. So those are part of the questions that why we are more in-depthly scrutinizing this budget. Also, in regards to the golf courses that Ms. Burns brought up, it is a fact, we are paying $6,000 a month to an operator, and that's how he's bypassing council. Council approved a motion or a resolution to put the 2 golf courses out to bid. That went out to bid. The winner of that bid was going to pay the city of Flint over the life of the contract over $1 million. But that vendor was not the one that the mayor approved. So the one that the mayor approved, you will find also writes checks to his education, or not his election account. So you do the math on that. I won't connect the dots for you on that. Is there any questions regarding the budget?
Yeah. He yesterday press conference said that he's extending an olive branch for you all to come to his office. Would you take that, or do you want him to come up here?
I can speak for me personally. I am not going to negotiate the livelihoods of our citizens and or the employees at closed doors to make some backdoor deal. All discussions will be made from my seat at in these chambers.
So I do want to say this. The mayor has reached out. I have received 3 emails. When he came to council to present the budget, he was so very disrespectful to give us 1 minute. 1 minute to ask questions. You can't ask questions in 1 minute for millions of dollars with a deficit budget that he's trying to pass. I will not meet with him. If he wants to talk, he needs to come in city council chambers where he decides to give us 1 minute. This is the public's place, it's the public's money. This needs to be done in the open, and it needs to be done transparent.
The amendments you proposed, do you have a ballpark figure as to how much, if those have been adopted, how much would have been saved?
So none of them have been adopted.
But a ballpark, if they had been adopted.
If they had been adopted, we would have saved 1.25 in the mayor's office. I believe $250,000 out of the administrator's office, and no other amendments have been proposed because council members broke quorum. So,
But that still would have left you
that's
about
still
$3 million short.
Correct. And the administration has offered since that date about 1.2 in additional, and Ms. Burns named off a few of the police department and city council, some of those. So if we adopt those and the proposed to the mayor and administrator's office, yes, we still have other departments that need to be, their belts need to be tightened.
So one of the areas that they stated, which is the capital expenditures. So I guess we'll go through every department. But again, this is the mayor's responsibility to give us a balanced budget. This was his budget. He presented a deficit budget to city council. That was irresponsible. In addition, he is supposed to, according to the Flint City Charter, quarterly present any budget issues he's having. He's supposed to come before council and say, hey, I've got issues, or his administrator, this is where we need to offset things. That has not happened. You know, we don't, and I'm gonna say this, I don't think things will change over the whole until August, the election. I don't see that. Passing the budget, I hope they come tonight with, what do they want to see cut? Because we did not make it, the quorum was broken. Yesterday was not a meeting. It wasn't properly posted. The city clerk wasn't here. Her staff wasn't here. They broke quorum the day before. So I think it's time for them to stop the shenanigans, sharpen the pencils, and we have to go to work for the residents.
And I just want to clear, what we are saying is in black and white in paper. We have documents to state everything. We are not speaking in a political nature saying, oh, it's a balanced budget, trying to use different verbiage. These are all, everything that me and councilwomen have said can be and will be backed up in documents.
I do want to say this to Mr. Corley, because this is one of the issues, and we have talked about, when you talked about the ARPA funds, but it was because we are an impoverished community with many issues, that we have got 3 council members, we have nonprofits, that they have presented resolutions, that they have voted on, that they are affiliated with or incorporated, that have received our ARPA funds. And so residents who are here asking for a roof, residents who are asking for in-home plumbing, residents who are asking to be fed, they won't vote to feed our health centers. We have got St. Mark's to where they feed 800 to 1,200 people a month. We have the 2 East Side centers that they won't vote to approve that. But we've got council members who have received $25,000, $50,000. Another one was voted on in committee with $300,000 that just happened to make its way to State Rep Cynthia Neely's earmarked budget to be approved. So we have to follow the money, and we are doing that so that we don't go back into receivership underneath emergency management, and we don't have a 5th emergency manager.
Any other questions regarding the budget?
I wonder, the mayor said yesterday he's optimistic that we will have a budget at some point this month. Are you two, given the deadlock that's happened so far, given the recent history of how this has gone, do you think we'll have a budget this month?
I honestly, I think we do. The question was, do we think we'll have a budget? I do think we'll have a budget, but the council members on the mayor's rubber stamp have to come to realize that they are not going to get the budget approved the way it stands. It's not going to happen. We have to get our financial and fiscal house in order, and in order to do that, tough decisions need to be made, and they need to stop playing Russian roulette with the employees and the residents.
Hey! Hey!
Any other questions regarding the budget? Okay, then we will.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming on short notice, and we'll wrap this up.
Let me see it. Oh, they still in there? I think they finna get one.
We got a link in chambers so they can get ready. They got a link inside.
Council Lady Bird, come back. I see you running. Go get your glasses and come back.
I know she wanted to do it up there, but the way they rolling, the mayor wasn't finna let that go down, but she still gotta understand we're gonna be able to get it outside. She brought a revolution up here. They marching us right outside. They came in and marched them right outside. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside. They saw y'all, man. They said they want to let y'all come up here and bust their thing they got going on. For sure. they didn't let you. What up with you, good brother? I'm sorry about to say, yeah. Likewise, good brother. How you doing, young man? What's up? Them all criminals in the elevator. I'm gonna go and cut through and come on down. Yeah, I'm gonna go take the steps on down. It's easy to take the step down. Easy to take the steps down. I gotta run back up here for counsel. That's how I be rolling. That's how I be rolling. That's how I roll. I roll like this on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. They put that sister out. They say it's not the people changing. They want us out here in the rain. Lord have mercy. They want us in the rain. What's up, sister? I can't complain.
I didn't even see you in there.
Laid back, smooth, like Ghost off of you. Gonna be easy. You know how I move in and move out.
Yeah.
What's up, beloved cousin? You know how I get in and get out. How you doing, Miss Savage?
How you doing?
Yeah. You know how I be moving in and moving out. I don't be playing around. What's up, Sister Ro? Everybody that's in here. I just need to get my baggage to the county now. Uh-oh, they let her get a mic. Shoot. They let her get the mic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's me, Maury, and I'm out here.
Yeah, and I
It's
got
a-
no
Fear. Oh, I don't got no fear, cause baby, I'm standing right here.
What's happening? Hey, Lulu, baby. What's up? How you doing? You all right? All right?
You're
Test it, test it.
Mark, you're live, bro.
You know I was just joking.
I'm just waiting for the minister to get out here. Thank you all for coming today so much.
Yeah.
Good day, there he is over there with the camera. That's all happy.
Oh, they out here already.
They already got the police out, y'all, so everybody be civil. The police is already here coming up on the line, so please be civil. Let's be civil. We want to keep it peaceful. The police are already here.
He's a Channel 5 reporter. Channel 5 reporter. Anybody know who he is? She, I just went. I didn't see her.
She's up there with the other camera
The
guys.
minister.
There's no cameras up there no more. They're all coming down.
Okay, well, you'll see her when she comes out.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. First of all, thank you all for coming out. My name is Wyntis Hall. I am from A10 News Media Group. I do a show called The Morning Bump from 9 to 11 every day, Monday through Friday on YouTube. You can find us. I'm also a new community activist. And I want to say good afternoon, Flint. Here with me today, I have little Miss Flint, who also will be saying a few words, and then our featured speaker, we have Student Minister Laron X. Good afternoon, and we did not come here today to whisper. We did not gather here to ask politely. We are here to declare with one voice that injustice has met its match with the people of Flint. This moment is not about one man. It's about every citizen. Black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, and beyond, who has been ignored, mistreated, and silenced by the very systems that is meant to protect them. It's about every family who has buried their pain in silence. It's about every child growing up in a city where power speaks louder than truth. We are done waiting. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. told us, there comes a time when silence is betrayal. The time is now, and we refuse to be silent. We have watched the mayor spin stories while people suffer. We have seen police authority used not to serve, but to suppress. We have witnessed injustice dressed in suits and softened by speeches. But we know the truth, and the truth does not need permission to speak. This gathering is not about chaos. This is clarity. This is courage. This is the community that is coming together to reclaim its voice. We are not asking Mayor Neely to listen anymore. We are demanding accountability. We are not hoping for change. We are organizing it. We are not standing behind one man. We are standing with each other. We are standing with each other. All right. All right. Okay. Across every race, every faith, and every background. Let it be known, Flint is awoke. We have awoken. Flint is unafraid, and Flint will no longer be silent. Today is the beginning of a new chapter, and the people are writing it together. I now present to you Little Miss Flint.
I'm Mari Kofi. I am 17 years old and I am a resident of Flint. Let's be clear. What you saw occur in City Council chambers on Monday was not Flint's version of January 6th, as Mayor Neely implied during their press conference yesterday. This isn't about people trying to jump on a TikTok wave that some seem to think is taking over Flint. The people are fed up and they voiced their frustrations to the council. But that violence you saw was not incited by the people. It was incited by the members of the council that called 911. It was incited by a few officers from a police force that continues to be weaponized against the people of our community. During that scuffle, I watched an officer shove an older woman so hard it knocked the wind out of her. I watched officers attack yet another elderly black man, and I ended up being pushed and crushed by the police in the middle of the chaos. But you know who else watched that happen? About 10 little kids that were in council chambers with their families. Our community has so many issues working against us. It's time for those in leadership to start working for the people instead of moving Flint backwards. To the law enforcement here, remember you are sworn to protect and serve the community. To the council members, it's time to stop focusing on your personal feelings and agendas and work to serve those that elected you to represent them. To the media, your job is to report the facts without showing bias and without trying to spin the narrative. And to the people of Flint, it's been a long 11 years. I know we are exhausted. I know we are frustrated. And we are angry. Don't give up. If we want to see change, we have to stand together and make sure they do their jobs.
Thank you so much, Little Miss Flint. Thank you so much for that. And as we stand together, our last speaker, I thank him so much for standing in the gap. Thank you so much. Student Minister Laron X.
Assalamu alaikum, family. That means peace be unto you. And we definitely believe in peace. But Sister Wyntis came to me and she asked me if I would say a few words. And I have seen and I have watched, and I said, absolutely, sister, because, you know, justice, we have to have it. If you don't have justice, you're not going to have peace.
That's a fact.
And
Second Amendment.
And there has not been peace in our city for quite some time. And it's time to get some peace. And anytime you in a position of leadership, you're a minister, you are a shepherd. And your job is to feed the flock. Your job is to tend to the people. And I believe that the people in the city of Flint believe that they're being pushed to the side. And a lot of times where there's smoke, there's fight. So I want to read some words from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. What is justice? The most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, justice is the greatest principle of fair dealing.
Facts.
Has the government of the United States dealt fairly with us? No. Justice is the law that distinguishes between right and wrong. Have we been done wrong? Yes. But he also said if there were justice, there would be no need for a judgment. Do the Bible and the Quran talks about judgment? The day of judgment, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said justice is the weapon that God will use in the day of judgment. In the Bible, it says,
Oh, I stood in front of fake news. Who cares?
It says, be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Now, when we look at the city of Flint, this is a very, very, very great city. This city has produced a lot of great people. We have produced a lot of great athletes. We have produced a lot of great entertainers. We have produced a lot of educators. Right now, you have the #2 educator in the entire world comes from Flint, Michigan. I don't know if anybody knew that, but this is what this city has produced. The Flint Community School System, it used to, people would come from other places to come and study the Flint Community School System because it was a great school system. And it was great not because of the system, it was great because of the people that created the system, that taught in the system. They loved the people of the city of Flint. You had a great man, Mr. Spain. You had Mr. Pugh, you had Mr. Bracy, you had all of these great people that took and put their energy and love in the city of Flint. We got to get back to that greatness.
That's right.
And we have to serve the people of the city of Flint correctly.
That's right.
Now, people are not crying out for no reason at all. And I'm not here to bash the mayor. I'm not here to bash the chief of police, nor the city council. But what I am here to say is, give the people the justice that they are due. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Talk about that though.
Okay, please, sir.
The Honorable Minister Farrakhan, I want to read something, and then I'm going to turn the mic over. This message to you is one I give in a series of meetings ever since I've touched down. I spoke to pastors, politicians, and hosts of others in private meetings, and I met with the chief of police along with Brother Shaheed and others. I know the mayor and others were concerned about what I have to say. I'm not an insane person. I just very, very angry at what is happening to us as a people. When you look in the city of Flint, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, you had a sister who was murdered. She was pregnant. She was shot 5 times. So she pregnant with a child, and then she left a 6-month-old baby behind. We had murder over at the club the other day. When we look at our city, it's overgrown. Trees all over the place, bushes. I mean, you can't see past the sidewalk, the streets. So it's our duty as a people to come together and put our city back together. If we feel that the mayor and the people or whatnot, council are not doing what they're supposed to do, you can unify. You have a voice. You can come together and you can put who you want in office to give you the justice that you so desire. We don't have to put up with it, family. We don't have to put up with it. And one thing I want to say is when we're dealing with the police, let's not incite them. You know, if they ask us to do something, let's obey the police and their commands, because if we don't, you know what happens. The next thing, they're going to have to flex their authority. So family, let's work on our city. Let's come together, let's organize, and let's take back our voice. That's all we have to do. Nobody can silence us. The people The power is with the people, always. So all we got to do is stand up, come together, unite, and we make our city great again. All right, family? So with that, I'm your servant, I'm your brother, and you can contact me like the sister did, and I can do whatever I can on behalf of Nation Islam and I'm Muslim Farrakhan. Assalamu alaikum.
Right on.
Thank you all again for coming out. Wyntis Hall, ATN News Media Group. This is about the people. Let's not lose focus. Today, the organizing starts here with the people, united as one. We will no longer move separately. We are going forward together, and we will take back our city. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Now, what time conference start? How y'all doing, family? I'm back. I'm about to run back upstairs. Y'all know how I gotta do it. I gotta go find me a spot. Go steal me a spot up there. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, my brother? How you doing? No, I'm gonna shake your hand, Pop. How you doing, my brother? What's up? Sorry about that. How you doing, Mama? Now you know how I gotta get my husband before I go in. How you doing? I'm on my way up there to record the rest of this madness that the confusion up there.
My kid's mad because I ain't even stopped to get them.
Oh, you didn't grab them?
No, I left straight from Saginaw, came here. I ain't want to miss the conference.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
I might be able to run and get them before it starts, depends on.
For sure, because I think it started at 4:45.
Yep, no, they're going to have to watch it on.
How you doing, beautiful?
Good, how are you doing? I'm sorry.
Yep. How you doing? 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 Yeah. On my way up there.
No hug. Get the hell
No, I tried to give you one and you walked away. How you doing,
Dude, I was
beloved?
trying to breathe.
Oh, for sure.
I had to park in front of the courthouse.
I seen that. For sure.
Look what I'm doing.
I see. And you got to stop. Cut. I ain't going to tell you what to do.
Oh, well.
For sure.
Only really bad habit
I got you. Let me get back out there, family, and get a spot. See how the system went to put this thing together for the family. Let me get back upstairs and steal me a spot. No, I'm gonna go back upstairs. I can get me a spot. Cause the council starting in what? 20 minutes. Start in 20 minutes. Let me get up there. Cause I ain't got Miss Gladys here to get my spot. What's up, family? I should just ran back up the steps and let him know. Boy, this mayor probably about to be mad big time. They made the sister go outside, she still pulled it off. Let me get up there. Y'all know they're gonna probably try to take them baskets for y'all can't speak.
That's why we.
Yeah, right.
He's like, can you talk to us?
I'm gonna get up here and take a spot. Thank everybody that was in.
Think they pulled.
Oh my God. We up here and some already beat it. I'm finna try to get exclusive with our head. It started in like 20 minutes. I think it started in 20 minutes. Excuse me. We can't go in yet, I am.
Hey, everybody put this up, man. That's enough. They doing that simple stuff, doing that starting from Woodson.
Hold
Come on, get away from the table, sir.
Oh, I can get
back
up
up in the arena talking about, leave my staff alone.
I'm right up in here. I'm in here. For sure. I ain't tripping. I'm in here. I'm in here like Flint. For sure. It's sure. Yeah. I was up here one time and them did their press conference. What's up, Sis Audrey?
So people can't approach the.
How you doing?
They can't approach the.
Hey, y'all don't know, you know what's a child was missing in
And that.
He yeah, because she's gonna come get him.
Okay.
He okay. He all right, he okay.
My phone stopped working.
It did. I mean, you was talking too much on that phone.
I was talking to my daughter.
I mean, somebody was lying. Only time them phones cut off when people be. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are. So, I turned it off, and they turned it back on to this morning.
For sure.
I went to Verizon at 9 o'clock. I found out they don't open to 10 now. They got new hours.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. That's when I had to go pay our bill and did that. Damn, they're taking chairs away. This is the new council. No chairs.
I just got back. I couldn't talk because my phone said I couldn't make no comments. They made emergency calls. I don't know.
Is this?
Some ain't got this program. They don't want a lot of people in here. I don't know. So at 2:30.
This crazy how they changing this.
I got cut off.
Oh, you did wow.
And then I got a message that says you're not on the network.
Oh, okay.
So I'm back out there again.
Oh wow. This is crazy.
So you be back before we leave. I said, I know. I'll be out there.
Can they just take all this out like that?
They said when the phone goes out, hit the airplane mode off and on.
Gotcha.
Come back in.
This is crazy.
I'm gonna stay till I know what's wrong.
Nah, do you see all the chairs they done took? Oh, they done took a whole For sure. I ain't gonna say nothing. I can't.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. I can't believe they did this though.
There's a way.
For sure.
Can't stop a slingshot. Me, forget the will. You didn't touch it. Terrified. You shouldn't cut people out.
This is cold-blooded. They're gonna have to do something with this. Yeah, this is it. This is crazy.
When she ended up, she's the board water that was about in the early 80s, and she could get one of those things.
They probably do.
If y'all signing in to speak, you got to sign both steps. If you signing in to speak, they got two different steps. You got to sign both of them.
I gotta grab my.
I know. They take the chairs home. Oh, I just won't stop. So what are some more people come? They ain't gonna bring the chairs back. They got them sitting right there. Hey, this don't make no sense.
You know there's no black across, they can't walk up here. You already know that.
But what do that have to do with the chairs? What if they fill up the house? Yeah, fill out both. I'll meet you down there. I'll meet you. Because I was all the way in Toledo talking to her on the phone. She's like, I'm getting ready to go. I'll meet her down there.
If you want to speak at the meetings, there are two different slips. The first set is for the special city. The second set is for the committees. So if you want to speak, make sure you fill out both. It says on the top.
need to stop it. When they drop that off, ain't nobody gets to the scared. Like they
I used to work with the side.
Yeah, you be out there. You be all over, bro. They moved us back, Jonathan. They moved the people back. Yeah, they got them packed up back. They ain't lying when they said they was gonna bring more police up in this thing. They ain't lying on that. What, police? That's one, two back there. Then the other one was parked out in the front. I don't know. I was gonna run to the store as soon as Wyntis come up here. I was gonna grab me. Yeah, I said as soon as she come up here, you know, she might don't be here about another hour. Who Gatorade?
She got some sugar-free Gatorade. Gatorade already nasty. And she gonna put the sugar-free Gatorade.
Damn, they taking some more chairs.
What they taking all the chairs for?
Instead of speaking, fill out both.
They blocked the whole line. Like like Candace scary ass. We talking all that shit. She was scary as one of them.
You better believe it, Jack.
From Wyntis, from A10, it's for information, for rights, that'd be me, honey. They won't let me make a report. I've been with state cops in Wyntis. They told me I can make a witness statement.
Wow.
Yeah, and then on the end back and okay. I'm up, I see them. They had all focused. See you later. Yeah, I'm sure they're waiting. He kept telling me anybody that was standing up here was God, the cops, because I was waiting for a sergeant about a half hour.
Hey, young lady, get down here. No, I got, I'm just saying, what kind? The Everfresh?
Yeah, I'll take a McCray grape if they got it.
I'm just waiting on Wyntis to come up and I'm gonna walk to the gas.
Anybody that was up there said that when all that was going on, anybody that was standing there 5 times, he said it to me, was unlawful. He told me that the cop did. And then, like I said, he wouldn't catch it, but Jason saved my hand. Because we should have been in our seats, I guess. We're gonna have to sit in the bathroom and shoot him. I'd say, you know what I mean? I need ones without handles because I get up and I'm cracking my hands out.
Yeah. How you doing? Just don't take all day. I'm so tired. I'm so
Yeah, no, I'm tired as
one of the
fuck.
I really was not going to. No, he come. They took your cigar.
Yeah, I see.
And that took all of them.
So when people bring their own chairs, they can sit up there if they bring their own chairs.
Where's my chair was at?
They'd make a law
He
saying,
ain't put it on the, he ain't put it on the deck, because it was in his car, it was on his car. He put it on the deck. I'm like, man, I've been looking everywhere for my chair. I swear, I don't know what we did where I had my chair. Oh, the night I was rolling home from your house, and I told Frank to put my chair in the back. That was going
He was going up, I mean, I got to type in good morning.
I don't like how they did. They pushed this out of there.
Yeah.
So this would be a quick one. This one got three resolutions. You know they not finna pass that budget. Yeah, nah, you not finna pass that budget like that. No, I ain't got nothing.
She better get us like $1,000. She better get some dollars. I haven't said, well, they got a warrant for her. She just said she's doing it.
I didn't need it. That's what I thought yesterday was.
What? Mr. Green, your boyfriend? What's that man name?
We lied.
Oh.
Y'all bad as the people I shoot podcasts with. When I be having to tell them we lied, they be having a conversation. They sitting up here, we lied. They was like, get the camera right there. Oh, they been in clip.
I had to go delete the whole video.
Damn.
And then edit it before I repost it. I was like, oh, man.
What up, son? I can't complain.
You love this, right? You love this, right?
For sure.
You get paid good.
I think so.
You like what you do? Yeah. That's all I'm asking.
What I do now?
Trevor said to end the live and to start it again.
In this one?
Yep.
Okay.
What we do? What we do?
I don't know. Hold on. Family, I'll be right back in. I got to click out and come on.